Now we have learned about the shift in demand. If we were to redraw that and recap, we have done a demand curve, DT0, that looks like that. And at the price P1, the quantity was Q1. If you change the price, you decrease the price, the quantity will increase from Q1 to Q2, right? But we know that it's not only the price of this product that can affect change. If the price of the other product, which is a competing product, changes, people are going to demand more of this product even at the same price. Meaning you can change the price, they will still be demanding more than what you initially had in your initial curve that created a shift to DD1, right? An outward shift. Now, this means that the opposite is true. If you have DD0, which depicts price, quantity, da 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 da, but the price of the other product, instead of increasing, it decreases. Now you have more competition, and the other product has become more affordable. It means that you will move from DD0 to a lower DD1. You have had an inward shift in your demand curve. It means that for every price, you will have a lower demand than what you previously had. And this had nothing to do with your own price. You didn't change your price, you were affected by the market. Some things happen in the market, and for that reason, there is a shift. So, what kind of factors have such impact? An example of this is right now we have the COVID-19 impact in the world. And as a result, a lot of people are worried, even though maybe, let's say, there haven't been any changes in their employment and income, people are unsure about the future. So they're very careful about how they spend their money. Now, that could also have the same impact. Now, if there is a luxury item, a product that people used to buy at P1, they used to buy this much. Now there's COVID-19. And people don't deem this product as essential for their survival. The price of this product hasn't changed. The price of its competing product hasn't changed, but it has a shock outside of its own price that is changing its own demand. People now want to buy less. They want to keep more money for themselves because they don't know what's going to happen in the future. So they're going to buy less of this product, not because the price has changed, but because they are worried about something else. This is a shock, the external shock. Now, it means that you will have an inward shift again from DD0 to DD1. People used to demand this much at the current price. Now you're going to get a lower quantity demanded, even at the same price. Now, all you have to think about, this is the same concept that applies in any product. There is either a shock in the system, or this very product is the one changing its own price and then affecting the quantity, right? So if you change the price and nothing else happens, you move from this point to that point. It's a movement along the line. You are still on the same demand curve because this was affected by the price of your very own product. But if other factors outside of your price changes, then you will get a shock where this demand curve will either move inwards or outwards, depending on what the impact of that shock is. Is it a positive shock or is it a negative shock? If that shock is creating more demand, so let's take an example of face masks. The COVID-19 has created an outward shift in face masks because at the very same price that they used to sell it at, now there's a very high demand. And this might shock it even further with other factors. So now they haven't changed their price. Let's hope they haven't. But they get so much more demand, meaning even if they were to increase their price, before COVID-19, they would have gotten much less quantities at a higher price. But now, because there's a shock in the market, they can afford to increase their prices because the demand is heightened. These are the external forces that shock the demand. And the same thing apply to the supply. We'll get to it in the next